Hey everyone, Mr. Devil here, Kenny Danico, three-time Stanley Cup champion of the New Jersey Devils, and you're listening to the Uncle Puckers New Jersey Devils podcast. Let's go Devils!
I feel like it's been forever since we have been here. It's almost been a full week. So how was everybody's Thanksgiving here in America? Tone, did you even celebrate Thanksgiving?
I did not this year. It's the first time ever in my life did I not. We had such a busy week. We went out with her mom and dad's birthdays like one day apart. So we went out to like the old town here. Like, dude, I gotta say, it was like, I always hear in Europe, they're like, oh, it's like a movie when I think of like Central Park or these kind of things. But for me, this was my first, it's like a movie experience because it was like cold, but not death cold yet, but fucking cold. Scarf, all the Christmas lights in the old city on all the churches and crazy buildings and stuff
That had
like
to be
that.
Amazingly beautiful. Everyone's
like, it's just a European thing going on, and everyone's like drinking hot liquors on the side of the road. I was like, to me, it was like, oh, this is like a fucking movie,
That's awesome.
So cool.
Yeah, awesome. I used to spend a lot of like the day after Christmas through New Year's in Switzerland, and like the town that we would go to is
grew up so differently, Tim.
this was having Perrier by the river.
This had nothing to do with my upbringing. This had to do more with the marriage part of things. But
now he lives with the Amish.
Yeah.
No. But anyway, like to Tony's point, like the towns that we were in with like the snow falling and like the Swiss Alps, you're just like, this place is not fucking real. Like this is a fake place.
Yeah.
Can't possibly be real.
I was like,
I bring my hockey skates with me, and there's like a little rink in the center of the town, outdoor rink, mountains on the backdrops. Spectacular.
That's awesome.
I play hockey with like the little kids on there. They were like, "Are you in the NHL?" I'm like,
yeah,
no,
of course I am.
I'm sure.
And Husky, we are glad to be back. Thank you, my friend. It's nice. So the week was just crazy. We were trying to get a couple of shows in, and then with the Thanksgiving, and then Tim couldn't go late Friday. I couldn't go late Saturday. It just ended up, we're just gonna hold off, start fresh on Monday. So here we are. But I had a good Thanksgiving. Once I got the turkey in the oven, because my wife and I were catching up on season 4 of Stranger Things. Before we started season 5. So we watched Stranger Things till I think about 3:30 in the afternoon, went to my sister's, did a little quick Thanksgiving, and I was back on my couch by 7, finishing it and starting season 5.
Can I ask you about something with that season 5?
I didn't finish the last episode. I'm only 3 episodes.
I haven't
gotten
to season 4 yet, so
I won't give any spoilers, but I will say, because Chris saw the first episode of season 5, I guess.
Yeah.
I hate this. I'm fucking bored by half of it. I don't know. I need to like sit down again. I don't know what it is. I just didn't connect like I usually do with that show. I was like, it started getting a little long-winded.
Because it what I noticed of that, and we're definitely, I promise we will talk about hockey. It was because every season starts off where everybody's happy and doing their thing, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, a monster's back, and how do we stop it, and what is it, and this and that. This is like they started like on the offensive in this one, like they're tracking the Vecna, right? They're going after him, and you could see like everyone was tense, everybody is like at each other's throats, and I kind of liked that. But episode 1 was kind of just the setup, and then episode 2 was really cool. Episode 3 ended, and I was like, what the actual fuck is happening? And my daughter finished it. She said episode 4, she's like, it's just going to blow you away. She's like, the ending was like, what the hell? So
do you know why they're all tense now? It's because all the actors are like 35 and married with kids and shit like that.
Exactly. They're playing teenagers.
The main girl's with Bon Jovi's son.
She married him. Yeah. She's a Jersey girl.
I think they have a kid.
Do they really?
I saw a funny graphic. It was like season 1, season 5, and it was like 11, and then Eminem, and it was like, what's the kid with the fucked up teeth? Gabe. What's his name?
Gator Matarazzo. Yeah.
Gator. Yeah. It was him and then Jack Black, and it was the black kid and Samuel L. Jackson.
That's who's playing them now.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
funny.
awesome. And Tony, you got a little something here from Collect Records. Give it a read.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game was like a horror movie. Definitely. Unfortunately, I kind of went into. We're talking about the Philly game, Chris. That I will say, guys, in a way, I kind of was a little worried about this game. I don't know why.
We can't beat the Flyers this year.
There's there's something about the kind of collection of talent they have that gives us fits, and like if 3 of the goals against were almost 100% Owen Tippett just fucking burning Nemec. And if you look at his speed, he's one of the fastest forwards in the league. So I think it's honestly, I kind of chalk it up as like a little bit of a learning lesson for Nemec. He's activating offensively, and we need that right now. Like, we're not scoring goals. Our bottom 6 blows right now.
No, I mean, look, I'll take 3 out of 4 all year, the rest of the year. I got no problem with that. I mean, they've been playing a lot better. This team it does seem to take them a little while when something happens, whether it's an injury or something. It does seem to take them a few games to figure it out. And then they, look, really without that first line of Timo, Bratt, and Nico, we're probably not 3 of the last 4. But my goodness, can we just stop and give praise to Timo Meier this season so far? Because this guy has been everything that we've wanted him to be this season. Since he's been here, this is the Timo. He's been amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah. All of his goals, too, have been right in front of the fucking net in the blue paint, basically.
Yep.
That power play goal where he got a rebound, put it short side, front of the net. One where he picked it off the glass with his glove, put it down, got a shot and a rebound. I was like, holy shit, that's incredible. Just sitting right there in the blue paint. Like he's wrecking games. Like he's going after people in the forecheck. He's just putting people through the boards. Like this is the guy that we signed. I hope it's a hard way to play. So I hope he keeps it up. We're about to embark on 15 games in 31 days, which is
every
an
other
absolute
night.
Fucking slog of a schedule in December. Like this is the condensed schedule that we're getting because of the fucking Olympics. So hopefully he can keep this up. And Nico's been on a heater. I mean, like a couple weeks ago, people were ready to fucking strip the sea and send him back to Europe. But
I was not there. I mean, we thought that there was some type of injury plaguing him or something, and why his production has been down. But apparently, if there was anything bothering him, it's not anymore because he's been fantastic. It's just the Grits. I mean, what can you say about this kid? He is so much fun to watch. He's such a smart hockey player. I don't have too many complaints right now. I mean, I'm willing to chalk up the Philadelphia games, to just, there are teams that are just going to give you fits that are hard to play against. The problem is we might see them in the playoffs because they're playing well. They might be there, and everybody's so clumped together. Nobody has a clue how this thing's going to play out. I think that we're definitely one of the top 2 teams in the Metro right now. I'll say top 2 teams in the Eastern Conference, but they can still get so much better. And that's what I'm really positive about. Like there's so much more room for this team to grow and get better that I'm really excited to see if any changes are made when Jack gets back, stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think that the way the Metro is clustered right now is kind of what's making all of us, a little pause on taking victory laps about where we sit in the standings, because it can fucking go up in flames pretty quickly. Like if we put together like a 3-4 game losing streak. But we haven't, like we've been 500 since Jack went down and have been flirting with first place in the division. We've actually been going forward, not backwards. So it's while it is only 5 points, those 5 points are always difficult to make back up. We found this out 2 years ago when we were 3 to 5 points out of a playoff spot. Like, and Bob and I were, we were like little kids being like, it's going to happen. There's no way we're going to miss the playoffs. And we couldn't quite get over that hump. Like assuming that every other team is going to win you can't do that. But if you look at the standing, it's Carolina, us, and the Capitals. Kind of how you sort of thought it was going to play out.
What do you think, Tone? Is this last basically of the team so far without Jack in the lineup? Tone?
I mean, I'm not that I'm satisfied, but I think they've held their own. I mean, you know, like where last year when he was out, like the whole team fell apart. Guys are still producing. I don't know. I mean, it hasn't been as bad as I thought it would be. I think Jack's what is Tim? You probably know this. Was it mid-January or first week of January?
They said 8 weeks, which would have put it the longer end of the timeline was 8 weeks, which would have put him mid-January. But Emily Kaplan, the ESPN insider, said Christmas may be an option. And I saw that like the picture of him when he was out with Tate McRae, which fucking hilarious. Good for that kid. He had like one of those plastic casts on his hand. And then I saw another picture that I think he did for the NHL social media where he was holding like Austin Matthews player card that just had a wrap on his finger. So I don't know if like he takes that cast on and off or what, but hopefully it's getting better pretty quickly and heat up. I'm really curious about what he did to himself.
Yeah,
But also like
we'll never know. But
yeah, I imagine
How are you?
we'll
No, well,
never know.
that's something we're never gonna find out.
I will say, Chris, though,
but-
that I do think. Sorry, go ahead, Tim.
Just one last thing on so Jack cut himself. There was someone that got basically blown up by their barbecue. And then just today, Torpchenko on St. Louis has scald burns on his legs from an incident at his house.
Was
So
he
it's
deep
like-
frying a turkey?
I don't know what he was doing, but yeah, he might have been actually. But that's 3 fucking bizarro injuries from food related stuff in the NHL this year.
Then
So
you have
keep
Kyle
these-
Palmieri.
Kyle Palmieri.
He's
man.
getting an
Alright.
assist as he tears his fucking.
We
Seattle.
we do have to just talk about that for a second because we were texting in the group chat. That to me so far, that is my favorite play of the year so far. A dude gets his ACL blown out, and on the way to the bench with a busted ACL, he picks the pocket and assists on a goal. I mean, it was
Insane.
one of the prettiest friggin' things I've ever seen. And I'm not a huge Kyle Palmieri fan.
I've always
am
liked
now.
Palmieri, so I've always liked him, and now I just even have more respect for the guy. I don't know. He just seemed like a devil. You know, there's certain guys he just seemed like he fit on the team. I thought, and to see him do that is just. That is like, you know, there's certain things that live in your mind you'll just never forget. Like for me, it's like Peluso crying on the bench. There's just shit that you remember. That's just
Right.
like, and this is one of those plays that, you know, 10 years, 20 years, when you're talking grandkids or whatever, you might be like, man, I remember when this dude tore his fucking ACL and still
Right.
had the nerve to be like, oh, here, you know,
Yeah.
where soccer
I mean-
players are like rolling to their deaths.
Right. Right. When your
To the leg.
kids are complaining about like, you know, their AI TikTok page not loading.
Yeah.
Like, Kyle
Right.
Palmieri tore his ACL. Look at it. Fucking
It's
And
like
then-
taking your arm with a grenade in it and tossing it to where it needs to go. You know, it's like,
Dude, it was just such an impressive play. I mean, when I first saw it on the highlights, I actually rewound it. And then when I found out that I was so impressed by it, but then I found out he actually tore his ACL on it, it just made the play that much more awesome. Like, this
Yeah.
dude is like, you know, any football player tears their ACL, they're carted off. This fucking guy assisted on
Yeah.
a goal off the ice. It was amazing.
I mean,
Amazing.
and if you get pickpocketed from behind, you got to be aware that there's a guy fucking behind you. But if you get pickpocketed by a guy, you're like, oh, he's limping. And then you find out later, like, he had a torn ACL. He pickpocketed me and got an assist on it. I'd just fucking hang him up at that point. I'd be like, I shouldn't be playing this game if that happened.
It's pretty embarrassing.
And you think
Yeah.
about it, he's one of the guys left, like, you know, from the Zajacs and stuff. All those guys are done now, and he's still
Mhm.
going. And I still remember, I think, you know, with Palmieri, he kind of like when I remember seeing a picture before he was ever a Devil in a Devil's jersey as a kid, you know, and he just seemed like I said, like he should be just certain guys on that team. But yeah, to see him do that, that's something that that'll be a highlight from you. I've never seen it before myself. It's just insane.
No, I've
Yeah.
never seen that in any sport. Like the fact
Yeah.
that he was able to skate, like, and put weight on his leg with the torn ACL is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It was an amazing play. Amazing play. It sucks that it happened to an Islander, but it was an amazing play.
Islanders are, I tell you, this year's
They're
surprise,
a good
man.
team, dude.
Yeah.
There's not a bad team in the
No.
Metro right now. You know,
This
We got-
Matthew Schaefer kid, man, he is so fucking good.
Oh
I
yeah.
know. And likable.
And
like that's the
likable,
other
and
thing.
likable,
Like
yes.
that's why you just like fuck, man. He's a great kid. You know, you want to see him do good. Yeah,
I know, but not that good. Like
He doesn't
kind of
give a
okay.
shit. They said at this age
Yeah.
already, he's just it's to him. It's like every day. It's
Yeah,
if
very
Matthew
chill
Schaefer is
personality.
not on the Islanders, the Islanders are nowhere near the record or doing what they're doing. He has infused such energy into that club, and I mean, it's impressive to see from an 18-year-old. It really is.
it's the most fun and joy I've seen out of like Long Island hockey in years. Like they were boring, slow, awful to watch. Like the Lane Lambert years, the Trotz years, they're winning 2-1 games. They're murdering Matt Barzell's career. And now this kid has just infused so much life into that organization. It's pretty
who I
wild.
used to-
They can fuck themselves, but still.
Yeah,
I used to like watching Casper. Like back when Kasparidis was a kid playing with them, I have to admit, as much as I couldn't stand the Islanders, like he was such a dirty player. I've always kind of had the thing for the dirty players, like the Lemieux and shit like that, And
I actually skated. I skated with Casper at Rockefeller Center when we went to the Brian Leach. He did a big Ronald McDonald. Him and the Ronald McDonald House always do a big charity auction, and a friend of the family's worked for Ronald McDonald. And me and my nephew, she knew that I coached my nephew in hockey and this and that, so she invited us. So we went. It was John Davidson was there. Sam Rosen was doing the auction, but it was Brian Leach. It was back then Tom Pody, Kasparidis, like Roger Bear was there, like a lot of old Rangers, and it was at Rockefeller Center about a week or 2 weeks before Christmas, and they actually closed Rockefeller Center down. So if you brought your skates, you can go out and skate with these guys. And so I was out there with a lot of these Rangers and stuff with my nephew skating, and like all these people are around, like staring down at the ice rink, just like, is that, naming all these different Rangers, and they're two idiots like us skating with them. It was really, really fun.
He's
It was a
Lithuanian,
ton of fun.
Kasparidis. He's like, here, him and Zubris are like the big hockey figures. Like they were both at the games like last year that we went to. So they're Kasparidis. They're like around here. That's their two big hockey players.
I was thinking of you, Dennis. Zubris was the answer to the Cadillac trivia question.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah.
What was it? What was the question?
The question I think was, who holds the Devils record for? Was it for? No,
It was for. Oh, do you know what it was for?
was it the hat
hits?
trick one?
No,
it was hits.
It was
yes.
It was for hits, because I remember they were like, when the NHL started tracking hits in 2005. I was like, that's when they started tracking hits.
Doesn't
I
that
thought it was
seem crazy?
It seems crazy to me that that's when they would do it.
Yeah.
The hit statistics, like the way they track some of this stuff, it's a little shady. Like, you'd think they'd have a more advanced system for it, but it's literally like an old dude with a book in like the
Right.
rafters.
It's like Bobby sitting there trying to count them.
Yeah, basically Bobby like giving his kid assists in the scoreboard. Like,
Poor
what?
Bobby's going
Metallica
absolutely-
black on his headphones.
Right.
Oh.
Bobby's going crazy. He's been so freaking busy. He's
Yeah,
not been
he's
able to
a
get
hockey
on the
dad,
show.
man.
He's tournaments everywhere. Work is dragging him in a million different directions. He said he's like, just start and at 5, and if I can hop on, I'm gonna try like hell to hop on. So.
He's gonna destroy his car. I hope he has like a hockey trip car that he can put out 300,000 miles on over the next couple of years. Because like my dad, to his dying day, was like, "You ruined my fucking Mercedes." I was like, "Sorry, Dad."
So what can we expect tonight, boys? We got a big game tonight. Columbus.
Well, thank God Markstrom's not starting. So
Is it
that.
Allen tonight?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know, man. Like that didn't see much in the way of lineup changes. Chalowski's coming in for White, which I don't necessarily think is
Why?
I don't know. I do not.
I mean,
know
White had a
why
rough
they would
game
do that.
against the Flyers.
Did he though?
I mean, yeah,
know.
I do. I think a lot of
It's-
our defense had a rough game against the Flyers.
Sometimes it's hard to tell when your team is getting their shit pushed in like we did in
Right.
the first couple of periods. Sometimes it's hard to tell who is like, and I don't like to single guys out necessarily because you win as a team, lose as a team, but like it's hard to single out being like, this guy's really shit in the bed. And like I don't know, White just plays such a solid, simple game.
I agree.
Um,
I like him. I like
You know,
him better than Cholowski.
Yeah, I don't get it. Cholowski could barely fucking move. I don't understand the fascination with this guy. Like, I'd rather see like Diot or one of the other AHL defensemen coming up.
Now, look, they have 27 points. The Blue Jackets, they're 8th in the Metro, so they're last in the Metropolitan Division. Their last game they lost to Pittsburgh 4-3, and then tonight, let's see, goals for they're 7. They have 70. They're 26th in the league. Goals against, they're 20th in the league with allowing 81. That's pretty much. Let's see. That's really all the stats I have right here. But their last 5 games, what did I say? They lost to Pittsburgh in overtime 4-3. They lost to Toronto 2-1. Then they lost to Washington 5-1. They lost to Detroit in overtime 4-3, and then they beat Toronto 3-2 in overtime. So they're 1-4 in their last 5, with 4 of those 5 games going to overtime. Sounds like us. So I think it's safe to say that we're probably going to overtime tonight, guys.
I'm gonna say 3-2 overtime.
That's an interesting.
3-2
That's an interesting
overtime?
bet. I just, they Columbus is another one of those teams where they have like 2 or 3 guys that are just like, watch out for that fucking guy. Like, don't let him get behind you. Don't let him get any space in the neutral zone. And we refuse to do that. Like that was like Tippett and Zegras and who was the third guy?
Forrester.
Was it Forrester on the Flyers? Just like they fucking torched. Oh, Konechny. They just torched us. Like Tippett was behind Luke and Nemec almost the entire fucking game. Zegras is like a whole new person this year, and Konechny is just a pain in the ass. Like he's always been kind of the same guy. But I think I don't know. I think it's going to be a race to 4. Like I feel like what all of our games are going to be. Like if we don't score 4, we're going to be in trouble. Like that's where I think we're kind of netting out on things. So we'll say 4-3. I'll go with overtime. I might actually gamble on an overtime game tonight. I might actually put my money where my mouth is.
I mean, I'm not making any predictions. I would love to see what they did.
It's like, I'm not looking like an idiot in 3 hours.
Look, Buffalo, I was nervous about the Buffalo game very similarly like I'm nervous tonight because those teams tend to give us a hard time. And what we did to Buffalo on Friday was amazing. I mean, what a game. I mean, you just start to finish an amazing, complete game, best road game they played all year. So I just want to see more of that.
I would love
nothing more. Yeah, sorry, Tony. Go ahead.
No, it's all sorry about that. And I'm going to hard left out of this real fast, but I'm going to mention this for 1 second. Chris had my Raiders maybe going to the playoffs and the Vikings in the playoffs too, by the way.
No, Tony. I had the Vikings going.
You're not getting off this
in
highway,
the playoffs.
Tony.
I had the Vikings going deep in the playoffs. Never before has a team made me look so fucking stupid as the 2025 Minnesota Vikings.
Chris almost had me tricked. He's like, Tony, I think they're going to be good. I was like, you know what? Maybe we're going to. I'm like, telling my wife, I was like, Chris was telling me the Raiders are good. She's like,
and now she's like, Chris is an idiot. Why do you even talk to him? He should get his fucking brain examined. No, yes, exactly.
Is Marchenko hurt?
I don't know.
I'm looking at their lineup from the last game, and it's Miles Wood on the first line.
I sure as hell wouldn't mind Marchenko being hurt.
But remember, old Devils will always burn us. So guarantee Miles going to.
I don't know.
Miles got knocked out last time. The first game we played him, right? Dougie hit him, and he ended up out. So
he's like, I almost thought I lost my eye.
Yeah, that's right. His eyeball was in his glove.
Yeah, your eyeball's fucking in a crypto space during the game, you loser.
It's interesting.
By the way, does anybody want a Miles Wood military appreciation jersey? There's having a 50% off sale behind me.
What are you gonna say, Tone?
I forget what I was gonna say now. Oh no, I was gonna say what I was gonna mention earlier before we kind of talked about something else was with this team. I have to say, if you look at we were talking about like with Jack Hughes or without Jack Hughes, obviously we all want Jack Hughes in there, but I have to say. Again, I think I said it last week. Jake Allen, Dylan, some of these guys, man, are so like Meyer, just so important to where we've gotten so far because these guys are all I never expected Allen to be as solid as he's been. Yeah, there's some games, but it's expected, But hopefully Markstrom gets back to where he was totally. But Dylan has been a big part of this team, I think, man. It added a lot of personality to it. It's just
the guys haven't fallen off the cliff. Like they didn't last year. It seemed like when the injuries started to come, they just kind of after a while just gave up, and they just were like, we're not that good. We're just, they weren't playing the right way or any of that. And now they are. They got back in it. Every guy is pulling their weight right now. And now that like Tim was saying earlier, 30 games and 31 games in 15 nights or something stupid.
And props to
like
Mason
that.
too. Though.
Reverse it.
Reverse it.
Yeah.
So one thing, I guess Marchenko has been out since November 24th.
Oh, really?
Something happened to him during a morning skate. That wasn't even on my radar.
Oh yeah, Dilly's playing his 1,000th game tonight. That's big. So congrats to Brendan Dillon. That's awesome.
Did you see
what you guys think about Nason the other night? I thought it was awesome to see him throw down like that. I guess they were saying he asked the coach first if it was cool, but I mean, I don't know.
You're talking about the Tage Thompson fight?
Yeah, I love to see that. With that guy's a beast, man. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Tage Thompson is like, I have such a man crush on him. Oh my God, I love Tage Thompson.
But Tage on the side of the bed.
Just me, Tage, and the milking table. Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
No,
Chris just wandering around looking for all the glory holes in Buffalo. Hoping Tage shows up.
Socks stuck to the back of his pants.
I absolutely think that because that was from the hit last year, right? When Nason kind of chicken winged him, and Nason answered the bell. Tage went, and I like this is why I love Tage, because he's this fucking superstar stud, but he takes care of his own business, and that's what I like. But when
it's
you're
kind of embarrassing that he had to take care of his own business. But.
Well, yes, absolutely. I mean that's a whole different conversation.
We know what that's like for the last 10 years, don't we? I mean,
but Nason stepping in, and then it was just nice respect afterwards. That's how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. And Nason's been very physical this year, and I like that. Paul Cotter with that breakaway goal, that was so beautiful. What a great goal! Looked like he was gonna throw up his kidneys after that hit to the friggin' boards when he went in.
Holy shit!
That was a tough one
because he's fast. He was moving fast, and he went in with the full force of everything there. Like I thought his spine was gonna pop out of his body. Like
exactly.
Like that was. I was like, great, he's fucking dead. But no, he got back up. I don't know. Who was I texting with? It might have been. It was either Mike Roth or maybe Ace. Where it's like, is it me or is it like there's a lot more attention being put on guys going down the tunnel? Like so-and-so's not on the bench, he went down the tunnel. And I feel like we have so much PTSD from all the injuries where we're like, oh great, this guy's fucking dead now too. Like when Nico went face first in the dash, we're like, he's gonna be dead.
Yep.
Cotter.
Well, look at last year. Remember every time they said he's not on the bench, he went down the tunnel, they were out. They were out for a long period of time. So, I think there is some PTSD there.
I like when they used to tell you the injuries. Now it's just always upper body. Now you never really find out what's going on.
No, Timo had the medium-bodied injury.
yes. He hurt his belly button, apparently.
Yeah. That Buffalo game was just kind of realized we haven't talked in a long time. That Buffalo game was just, it was pretty thorough and clinical. Like Buffalo was getting their chances, but like, they're keeping so much stuff to the outside. Like if you look at the numbers, which I know you guys were pouring over the numbers like you always do, especially you, Tony. I know you're
data.
I know you.
Data.
I know you.
I didn't even know we had a webpage till last month, man.
I know you have Natural Stat Trick bookmark.
Where is he? Oh, hang on, Bob. I got to plug you in here.
Bob.
Give me a sec.
But if you look at the shot attempts and shots versus like high danger chances, like they got like almost nothing high danger. Against Buffalo.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, boys. Dude, I told you I was wearing my hat, Bobby. We can't have the same hat.
And Tim, you got an echo with Bobby now.
I know. I'll be back.
Okay. All right.
What's up, Bobby?
Get rid of that.
Good.
Bobby, happy Thanksgiving.
That devil hat on our website.
Yes, I did. www. Blah 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 blah.
How you been, Bob?
Tired, buddy. A lot of commuting, a lot of hockey. Man?
All right. Well, since you're here, then we'll do our quick. I'm gonna do the quick DraftKings read, and then we will dive into what Bobby thinks of this Devil team so far. So, Spinorama's Michigan goals: a sprawling save across the crease, live and what is that? Live and breathe all the highlight moments with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. I'm not going to go through all the nonsense. Bobby.
Yo.
So 3 of the last 4. How you feeling about this team so far this last week?
I got to preface this by saying that literally I couldn't watch any of the last couple games. In fact, both of the last 2 I got just the third period driving home. So I'm a little out of sorts here. I can say one thing. I don't know why we can't beat the Flyers. I understand they're a team that's going to play hard, right? And they're a rival, so that jumps in there. But it just falls under the category of team you got to beat. You know, beat us once, that's fine. I was sitting up on the deck watching Pee Wee hockey, and all the dads coming to me saying, I don't have a good feeling about this one. This feels like a revenge game for the Devils. I think we're going to get smoked. And within like minutes, they're all like laughing at me with their phone, showing me the score. Like again, bang, bang, bang. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. It really sucked. And then of course, driving home, I'm like, oh, we're going to pull this shit off. And I'm going to have a lot to say to them tomorrow. And then we basically gift them, you know, that penalty. So it's just a cold goal. So I don't know what's going on with that. And my one feeling is that I still feel like we just can't bring it up for lower competition.
Well, tonight, I mean, they did.
We're high standings. We're beating teams. We're doing good overall. It's just that's what's been creeping into my mind these last few weeks here or there.
They shut out Buffalo. That's a team that they normally would have played down to. And they played a really good game. But I get what you're saying. But also, you know, 3 out of 4, we'll take it.
Sure.
I think we probably would have lost that game no matter who we were playing. You know, I don't know. Flyers are a good team. I mean, there's really not much they are a good team.
Yeah, we're talking about this, Bob. Where it's like, you know, they have, and I don't know if there's anything to this, but there are teams that have specific skill set guys like Tippett and Zegras and Konechny, you know, like Columbus with Marchenko seems to just give us fits. I don't know what it is, you know, like if there's something, you know, with Tippett's speed or just the blend of the two, or like I kind of felt like Philadelphia was getting through the neutral zone just way too fucking cleanly and easily against us. But there's the back-to-back. It was the 4th game in 3 nights. So that kind of context also matters. I think Luke and Nemec are getting kind of skated into the ground right now, but we don't really have much of another option because Dougie looks like a shell of himself since he came back from injury. It's at least nice that we still have Dylan and Siegenthaler looks a lot better than he was because we would be a disaster without them.
No, nobody knows about Pesce. There's still nothing about Pesce.
They said he was weeks away still.
Oh my God, that was weeks ago. Like it's every week they're telling us he's weeks away.
Where's our reward?
Right.
It's a broken wrist. So how long does that take to heal? 2 months?
I don't know. I never broke a wrist.
I just use the other one.
Exactly. Feels like somebody else is doing it. So Devil Heaven's asking about the weather if we're getting. Bob, are you getting any snow tomorrow?
Yeah, we're supposed to get some kind of mix, snow and sleet and ice or something.
How about you, Tim?
Enough.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get hit with something. I don't know the Apple Weather app, but since we don't have like funded weather service anymore, I guess we're just supposed to guess.
Devil, you're in upstate, right, Devil Heaven? So you got 12 to 18 inches coming. Jesus, that's too much snow for me, man. That's too much snow. 12 to 18 inches.
So does my wife.
Jesus, how did I not just walked into that one?
Me and Tony's brains are so rotted. It's just
I'm like, say it.
It's like, but like, yeah, like I'm like, you know, like the snow I'm probably gonna get. I'm probably being promised 6, and they'll probably get 3 inches, just like me.
We're just getting rain. That's all we ever get here, unless it comes right in off the ocean. That's all we get.
We got 2 days of snow this week already, actually.
Really? How much snow do you get a year usually, Tom?
It matters. Like last winter wasn't too bad, but like it was a couple winters when I first moved here where it's like Empire Strikes Back style, you know, it's like fucking
the Hoth system.
Yeah, dude, it's just like it's just full that I've never seen it where like even in Jersey, I don't remember where I would just go to bed for days on end and it would just be snowing, you know. But last year wasn't too crazy. But this year we've had 3 days of snow so far, so it's probably gonna be a pretty brutal winter. I'll be in Florida in February for like 2 weeks, so I'll get away from it. But
Nice,
my family will
nice.
still be here. So
So you're in Hoth one winter, and now you're in a winter wonderland.
the kids are dressed
bet.
like you. Like, dude, it's crazy the outfits you got to put on these guys to bring them to school.
Yeah.
Like, no
Can't
matter
come
how
on
much ice though, parents can't wait to get rid of their kids. Fucking, there could be like 6 like ice like this, and parents are still in their cars trying to get those kids to
Right.
that school, man. It's like, you know.
You're lucky, dude. We get our schools canceled for the thought of snow coming tomorrow. It's
Oh, yeah, here,
ridiculous
no.
how early they cancel.
It has to be
canceled it
negative
already?
25 here.
No. I'm just saying that's
Oh.
basically how they've been reacting. Like,
Yeah.
we'll get the cancel
Yeah,
the night before,
But-
and nothing comes.
But snow days
yeah.
don't exist anymore because even if it's a snow day, it's a virtual day. So like
Yeah, that
that's not
sucks that they
that should
took that
never
away from
like a
kids.
snow
That
day
sucks.
is something as a kid that you remember, you look forward to. It's like
It is
all
a
of a sudden you
gift.
wake up, you don't have school, you're out with your friends all day. It's now you gotta
Did
get
you-
up, no school, and I gotta go on my fucking computer. That's bullshit.
Did your parents do like the telephone game where like mom would call mom, or did you wait for like the school the crawl on the radio or the TV?
On the radio, my mother would have
still
on
have.
WOBM, and we would all like just listen to the radio, and they would wait for our school and just hope that we would hear our school.
Take like
called.
25
It was such a
minutes to get
bummer when they
through
didn't
it.
say it.
I know.
Because New Jersey's so stupid with the amount of towns and townships and boroughs that they have, and they're all fucking interconnected. And
I mean, and there's a ton of schools just in this town that we grew up in. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
ton of schools here. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I have two like Tom's River memories that of like winter, and one like with you guys actually, Bobby and Chris. When like I think I talked about it like a couple months ago. I remember it snowed once, and we all went to the schoolyard. Would play football out there.
Yep,
You know, like
I
when
remember
I
that.
remember that, and I always think of like the Sawmill and Seaside in the winter. How it was just like this ghost town, but the Sawmill was
yeah.
always open, and the arcades
the
were always
best.
open. Yeah, it was
Nobody
kind of
was there.
nobody was there. You can go to the arcade and do whatever. All the owners would just hang out. You know, it was kind of, these are memories. Like, yeah, you like it when it's busy, but it was almost cooler in the winter than in Seaside.
I agree.
To this day,
I
I still
agree.
miss it in the winter versus the
Yeah.
summer for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
shit,
I
me and
gotta-
Chris saw, what's his name get injured? We saw, it was Monday Night Football, right, Chris? It was when, what's his fucking, God damn it, man. Bledsoe got injured. We saw
Oh,
that
yeah.
injury.
Yeah, we watched that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the big replacement came. I mean, who knew what we were watching at that time period?
Tom Brady,
Yeah.
just like Max Brosmer. Anyway, so now we have. Do you guys think with the Devils when Jack comes back? Do you think that Sheldon Keefe, if things are, especially if that first line is playing the way that they've been playing, you think that they'd be moving Bratt back to his line, or do you think that this first line is? I mean, I know he's probably going to change it up at some point, yes, but like I'm just saying, like as soon as Jack comes back, do you break up that first line? I just think they're playing so freaking good right now that no matter what, I keep them together, and I just put Jack Mercer and Grits together,
I think
which
we'll,
I think could be
we'll probably
very
have
good.
change before that anyway. So Jack would just come in
Injuries.
and slide wherever they need him.
Mhm.
Injuries,
Yeah,
moving
injuries
around,
before that.
getting cold. Like who knows what the lines are going to look like when he's ready, you know? But there's plenty of forwards to play with him. So if that line's still going,
no.
fit him somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's generally our top six fully healthy. Is
Right.
what Chris just outlined. Said Nico Timo, Bratt, Jack, Gritzik, Mercer. Like the one that one game that Jack, Gritzik, and Mercer had together, they fucking dominated Chicago. Right? Was that the game that they had together? Because it was the night. It
Yes.
was right before that.
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Like they remember we were talking about like they had some like video game style fucking numbers on rookie mode against
Yep.
them, and then now with Nico, Timo, Brad going, but like like things may change at some point. I don't know, but if they continue to use Mercer as a center, I don't think that's the right move. But do we go back to wing shopping, or are we going to be center shopping, or are we not buying anything?
That's the question, right? Because I mean, you were talking. Hang on a second. Tom's 7384 and load. Yeah, exactly, dude. The boardwalk in the wintertime is awesome. Sorry, I just
Yeah.
had to read that. And yeah, we don't get a lot of snow anymore here. But anyway, I do think where do you make a change? Like right now, like I can't fit anybody in. Like Tim, you're talking about Ryan O'Reilly. We know that it was, I think, what, a first and a prospect is what Nashville is asking for Ryan O'Reilly.
That's their ask.
That's
He's
crazy.
he's not going to get that. Like,
no, he's not.
Honestly,
but that's a. Go ahead.
So here's the thing. So like, in a perfect world, our first round pick is going to be 25 plus, right? Like where it sits. That's almost a second round pick. So I can more or less live with that for O'Reilly if that's what it
A
takes.
second round pick?
No, the first, like the late first. Like
now, would you just
probably
a pick or a pick and a prospect for O'Reilly?
picking maybe like Kevin or Fondrick or something, someone we just drafted, but no Casey, no Salayev, no Lenny, no LeChance, none of like our B plus guys, Nemec, obviously no fucking way on that. That it'd be a little bit of an overpay, I think. And I think the real answer is like a second and maybe like one of those B prospects, but a late round first, ideally, if that's where the Devils wind up, is almost a second rounder. So it's not that big of a deal. I don't think. And honestly, like people overvalue first round picks so much, particularly like the later ones, because like if you're good and giving up like a 20 plus first round pick, like who fucking cares?
I don't care about the first round pick.
No,
I care
I don't
about
either.
the prospect more. Like
That's
I would give a
yeah.
first round pick for O'Reilly without the prospect. I would do that.
Also, like Casey's expendable. Like I love the kid. I think he's great, but like there's just no room for him. He's not going to play for the Devils. I think he is a guy that is probably our top asset in terms of players aside from Nemec.
So then, if you went and got Ryan O'Reilly, does he become your 3C and Cody Glass becomes your 4C?
Yeah.
And Luke Glendening is just odd man out?
Mm-hmm. Who? Yeah, or you put Luke Glendening in for Cotter, who, could use a couple of days in the press box every now and then.
That's true.
Or you could rotate guys in and out. It wouldn't hurt to have another guy lining up that's a center who's good in the dot, like Glendening is. Like he's been used in situations like that. He's just I think Glendening's inability to generate even a modicum of offense is really dragging Cotter down. Like Cotter only has 2 goals this year. I realize he hasn't looked the part, but I think he's very center dependent. So I think that's a problem. But I think you line him up with Glass, and then that's just a much better unit for him.
I mean, personally, I think if you had down the middle for the back end of this season, Nico, Jack, Ryan O'Reilly, and Glass, Glass has played great this year. And they talked about it during the broadcast. Like he is missed, man. When he's not here, it's a different team. And to have that guy who is a responsible third line center who can slot everybody in their right spots is huge. And we didn't have that last year. We have it this year. And that could be deadly. Ryan O'Reilly on the third line.
Assuming all healthy, which is an assumption with us.
He's playing first line center in Nashville right now. He's their number 1C. And I was listening to somebody and they were talking about a story that it was about Bobby Holik. And I forget who was saying it, but they're saying they were talking to Holik and they had mentioned when you went to the Rangers, why did things fall apart for you? Why were you not able to? And he said, a winning team like we had in Jersey has Bobby Holik playing third line center. When Bobby Holik's first line center, I don't like that he was talking to himself in the third person, but when Bobby Holik's first line center, that's what the Rangers did. They paid him as a 1C. They moved him up there. Like that's what Nashville's doing. Ryan O'Reilly's got to get out of there just to be able to get the production that you need from him, the right production. He needs to be slotted in the right spot too. I say
it's odd because wasn't Bobby Holik playing our 1C before he left right around that time? Because I remember there was a year or two where he was like up there in 1 and 2, and I'm like, oh my God, this does not seem right. I know that specifically because of my fantasy back then when I would do that shit.
I don't remember him ever being our 1C, but I mean, it's definitely possible.
Probably wasn't permanent, but
Do you guys hear this? Collect Records just wrote this. Did you guys?
That's-
see that?
Yes, I saw that.
I want
It's
that.
just like it's the same thing that
I don't want that.
I think it was like what's his name? Peñota, the fourth period guy.
Yeah.
He said and I forget how it was phrased, but it's Stamkos Marsh. So, like everybody's picking over the corpse of Nashville, and I feel like a lot of what these insiders do is like, they look at the corpse of Nashville and they look at teams and needs or where there may have been history before. So Stamkos and Marsh, so the Devils. I don't think either of them is a very good choice.
I tell you, I think Stamkos, I've watched him play a lot, and I think that a change of scenery where he's
Just
at
add that.
could
Yeah,
that's
change
all.
the
That's
scenery.
all the name. I think that to me, that's just we can't get over the name of who he was. I don't want to go anywhere near him.
he probably won't,
so it's
but I like
crazy.
Stamkos.
Yeah, he has 4 goals and 1 assist this season in 25
Crazy.
games. He had
Yeah.
80 points his last season in Tampa, which is fucking crazy to have that much of a fall off.
Yeah.
I
Devils
don't.
had his contract
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like he's got like another 5 years at $8 million. I don't see it.
We know how Fitz is with his white whales, right? I mean, with Timo, with Markstrom, he wanted Stamkos so bad, and tried hard to get him. And so is he going to move off of it? I don't know.
That's the thing. If it's
love-
Stamkos for Palat, 1-for-1
in a heartbeat, are you kidding me?
Yeah, like of course.
I'll
You know,
chip
it's
in
like
some money
the
on that one.
the context of the deal is also
Sure.
matters. Like what we send back the other way, how much salary's on the books, that all definitely matters. But in a
I don't see
vacuum, I just
at
don't
all.
think Stamkos is the guy.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see where we go right now. I mean, I'm just really looking forward to this nice long home stretch and hoping, like we talked about it, I think the last show we did, like they're starting to get right and they're starting to play a lot better, and just want to see it continue. Like that's it. Like I love talking about who can slot in, who could slot out. There is
Yeah.
a piece of me that would love to see Steven Stamkos as a Devil. I just think it would be freaking awesome. I
He
don't
could
know.
be the Toffoli guy on Jack's wing that somehow just fucking finds the net and just gets set up for one-timer bombs. That what we talked about with him before too was even that whole summer of that free agency was how many of his goals came from the power play, which
Right.
is a little bit problematic and probably why he's having a rough go of it in Nashville. When you're not playing with Kucherov, man, like that could be
Yeah.
a problem. But
playing with Jack Hughes.
that's what I was gonna say is there's a pretty good proxy for Kucherov and Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt too, who he and of himself forgot how to fucking score goals.
Yeah, he did. He did. Not nearly as bad as Palat forgot, but
No, Bratt hasn't scored in 20 games. I think Palat has.
How much assists does
Brett
Brett
drives
have?
play though.
He's got- yeah,
he
he's-
changes the game.
Fuck Bratt. Send him to Quinn. Send
I
to
think he's got
Vancouver for
some-
Quinn.
There's only
What do you
one
say,
guy
Jeff?
leaving there, Tim, unfortunately, probably. It's your boy Dougie eventually.
Bratt for Quinn. 1-for-1.
Yeah. God.
Rat for Quinn, 1-for-1. I mean, I think Nashville would. Vancouver. They would never ever go for that, but I would.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
Look,
I
I
would.
know I'm busting Brett's balls. Like
I think you
he's
get
just
him without
thinking,
that
like,
eventually. If you
when
want.
when you hit the post, that just means like shit's not going in for you. I get it, but I did see a chart that JP posted. It was like his finishing before Jack became like more of a shooter, and it's just fallen off a cliff. It's pretty wild to see, because Brad was posting 30 goals every year pretty consistently until last year. Then all of a sudden it just fell off a cliff, and then Jack started posting 40-goal seasons.
How many goals does he have this year?
Brad?
Yeah,
I don't know, 5, 4, not a lot.
yeah. Let's see.
We have
Jesper
information.
Bratt. Yeah, he has 5 goals and 19 assists, 24 points. So, yeah. All right, Jack for Quinn. I'll do it. So, all right, Bob, are you
Jack for
willing to
Quinn.
make any kind of predictions for tonight, Bobby? I'm not. These two have Devils winning in overtime. I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Overtime. It's the Blue Jackets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking 4-2. Nice,
You
nice
Yeah,
win.
Bobby.
Fuck them.
That's it.
Yeah.
4-2,
Yeah,
easy
I
win.
don't care.
Wrap it up. Put a pitchfork in it.
Bedroom.
Don't do that.
The
That'd be
Pete?
too cliche.
He said when Cotter scored the goal against Buffalo, the breakaway goal, he said that will put the explanation point on it.
Like that, I'm not gonna jump on because I've said some stupid ass words too that I didn't mean.
It makes sense, right? I guess
but
you know,
but
it's
it's not your. It's not your. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
you're not talking to thousands of people.
You're not
calling
employed
the
by a
game.
professional hockey team
Fair
to
enough.
say words.
Explanation point. Okay. All right. What did Kenny say the other night? I texted you, I think, about it. It was some dumbass thing. It doesn't matter, but yeah, I am completely off of the Don LaGreca train. I'm sorry.
Bill called the Caps Islanders.
I
game on
know.
NHL Network. I missed it, but I wanted to hear his voice just for good old time's sake.
I miss Bill too.
And I said, Bill, I miss you.
I want to know what happened with that deal. Like, you guys want to know what happened with
Yeah,
Jack's hand? Like, I want to know why Bill is out and Don is in. Was this like
how's
a?
Erica at? God damn it!
Yeah, I know. Well, she hangs out in Secaucus shit to the NHL studios a lot. So, but yeah, what happened with that? Like, Bill was doing so well. Like, there was no. He was our guy. Like, I was.
Like,
Yeah.
so
And I
it's-
still think it was a conspiracy theorist. When Sam Rose, a conspiracy theory, I get it. Sam Rosen left, the MSG network would not allow the Devils to have a better broadcaster than the New York Rangers. So they saddled us with LaGreca. And I don't even know who the hell the Rangers is. I know it's Kenny Albert when he's not doing every other fucking sport.
We've said this before. It feels like we're repeating ourselves, but I mean,
Perverts in our
really need
chat.
to get out of the
Jesus.
MSG shadow, dude. They need
Yeah,
to-
they do. They do.
can't
Go to Yes, go to SNY, something.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I'm with
I
you.
hate it. The fact
I'm
that
with
our
you.
biggest rival owns the television network that we're broadcast on is
Ridiculous.
got to be one of the dumbest arrangements in sports.
And we play on their fucking arena. Their arena's name? Like, that's just like.
It's even dumber than like the FanDuel sports network being allowed to be a thing. You know, like that drives me
FanDuel has a
nuts, too.
sports network.
Yeah, they bought up a bunch of all the like regional cable networks in other places. So like, you know, like the Minnesota hockey team plays on like the FanDuel Sports Network. It's literally owned by a
Nah.
fucking gambling company.
I guess that makes sense. I know, like, Florida is like the Bally's Sports Network, and they have. So I guess the casinos.
But I think that
and-
was that the gym or the casinos, or are they the same company?
Oh, I assumed it was the casinos, but it could be the gym or it could be
Or
the
they're
same company.
could
I
be the
don't
same
know.
company. I don't know. It's all owned by fucking P&G and Kellogg's anyway.
Yeah,
And
Well,
the
I see-
Rothschilds. The Rothschilds.
I want to play play on the Kellogg station. That'd be cool. The Kellogg cereal sports
Breakfast cereal.
station.
They're great.
I was gonna say something insightful, but
Nice.
I forgot what it was. So,
All right, final thoughts here before we wrap it up, because I still have to go eat dinner and I want to watch the last episode of Stranger Things before the game starts. So,
you're not getting that in. Go Devils.
oh, I'm
Let's
gonna
try to-
just record
let's-
the game and start it later. So I'll be radio
Let's-
silent for a
Let's
little while.
let's try and win the game and not lose the game.
All right. So, Devil, having to answer your question here. What does everybody watch our devs on? Cable, Gotham app.
Bootleg.
So, I usually watch the game on just MSG Network at home on cable. When I'm not at home and I have to watch it, the Gotham app, when it works, I watch it on that. But it doesn't always work. Otherwise, I just bootleg it and watch it from there. How about you guys?
When the Regal Beagle's not open and I can't make my trip there,
Mhm.
I pull it up on the bootleg sites and totally stream it like that. And I tell you what, it's not always.
Sell the pirate seas. Arr.
It's usually a good stream. I mean, sometimes it's not, but when I had the NHL ticket thing that I paid for a couple seasons, it sucked too. It was buffering all the time. It was a real pain in
Really?
the ass. Yeah, I had a lot of issues with it when I first moved over here. So I use the streams. Chris knows you can watch football on there and you can
Yeah.
watch the home feeds, you can watch the away feed. So like I'm not stuck watching always, the other feed. You have all the choices and shit. And sometimes you have to go to the shittier feeds because they work better than the other feeds, but it's free.
How about you,
So-
Bob?
Well, I'm out of market, so it has to be the ESPN app, which is great because when I do go home to visit my dad, like Thanksgiving, and I can't even watch the goddamn games because it's not offered to him on Comcast. Yeah, I can watch the games in Pennsylvania, but not in New Jersey. That really kind of blows.
Crazy.
So I haven't actually watched any of the last 3 games. That's right, because I didn't see Thanksgiving game or the Wednesday night game, and I
Oh,
haven't
wow.
seen the one since I've been at the hockey tournament. So
I can't believe that they have not straightened that out with MSG and Comcast yet. Like, that's fucking
It's-
ridiculous.
It's a yeah.
bullshit.
I dropped Comcast for that reason. I got FiOS for that reason. Just because of that, I couldn't watch the Devil. What do I watch 90% of? It's hockey. I'm not going to fucking watch everything on the NHL webcast like Collect Records. And he's 100% right. The NHL webcast does work better most of the time than the Gotham Sports app. Gotham Sports app sucks. And you watch it on ESPN too, Tim?
Yeah, I watch on ESPN Plus. You know, the only games I can't get, are the games against the Capitals because I'm in that market. And we didn't have Monumental, which is their
Their feed,
MSG.
right?
It's such
In my cable
bullshit.
system, because it got taken off, they sent us an email. They're like, okay, let me go on a little cable system rant here. These motherfuckers sent us an email. It's like, great news. We took Monumental off here and saved you $5. It's like the only fucking reason
Right.
that I have that is to watch those games. One fucking game every goddamn month I pay you $200 for. And now I had to get it back and I paid an extra $25 to get it back. It's fucking
in
ridiculous.
2025, and we're still like hockey's still the only sport that you never know if you're going to fucking be able to get.
Well, look,
big.
ESPN Plus, for what it is actually an incredible product. The fact that we can watch any game that we want
I
at
love
almost
it.
any given time, except for the local blackouts. The local blackouts are a thing that need to end.
We don't
Like,
get that
that's
here.
just something that needs to end. And it's because of these local cable companies like MSG, like the FanDuel Sports Network, like Monumental. They would lose so much fucking money from retransmission fees getting carried by the cable operators,
Right.
because people would just switch to ESPN Plus. Then the cable operators would fail, the networks would fail, everything would fail. So
Tony,
Definitely Husky.
Tony, you can you get the ESPN app in
No.
Lithuania? Oh, you
No,
can't.
it blocks me off of there.
It's
Yeah.
another stupid thing.
Yeah. It's,
That's
So I've
dumb.
had every version of like the package since I moved out here in 2007. I had like the cable NHL network package, standard definition bullshit for years. And I was paying like $179 for the whole hockey package or whatever it was at the time. And I remember saying, God, why can't they just come out with like a team one? You know, I just want my team, save some money. And they finally did. And it saved you like $40 a year. It wasn't even that much. It was still pretty expensive. So the ESPN deal is actually really good. I'm paying less than I ever did. High quality, both feeds. And, you know, I never have to worry, other than like the blackout thing.
the quality's good. Like, Bob, yeah, you probably get blacked
I
out.
can watch all the games.
blackouts are awful, man. That's just messed up.
Yeah, I get blacked out
know.
for Flyers games.
Yeah, so that's it. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Brutal.
who cares
But like,
about that?
yeah, the fact that you can choose which feed you want to watch,
Yeah.
you know, the only thing that kind of my marginal annoyance about it is that I still don't get the 6:30 to 7 pregame, and then right after the game's over, it just like cuts it off and is over, and you're just like,
NHL webcast, you still get the pre
Yeah.
and post games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do put it on.
You get even the ceremonies before the game. Sometimes you'll get on
Yeah.
those. So
All right, boys, I'm gonna wrap
All
this
right.
thing up and go and enjoy the game. And I don't know if it goes on, you know, a good game and if guys are feeling up to it. Maybe we'll hop on post game for a little while and discuss. We'll see how we feel.
sure.
But yeah,
Let's
we'll
see.
see how we feel. But all right, everybody's got you three have Devils winning. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. Don't care. Just want to watch it. And,
Yeah, let's not predict anything.
yeah,
Go
let's not
Devils.
predict anything because we all look like idiots the next day.
yeah. We barely even talked about the Columbus game, so we
But
should
it's
be
nice
okay
to
on
see
this
all
one.
of your faces again. Happy
Yeah.
It was. It's so nice seeing you guys. I love it. And back
Bob,
with our
I'm sorry for your
friends.
car and all the traveling you're about to do.
Yeah,
Godspeed,
let's
my
have a
friend.
little rant session about Pee Wee hockey next time we get on. Because I got to tell you about this tournament, man. I'm fucking pissed.
I meant to
Okay.
send you some the other day. I saw
I look
videos
forward to
of
your rant.
of a
Thank you.
tier 1 team that went to a tournament for tier 3 teams and just kicked the shit out of everybody. And one of the tier 3 teams just got off the ice. They're like, "Fuck this, we're not playing this team."
It's pretty much like that. So
Yeah,
so fun.
Fuck that.
Have fun.
All right,
All right, boys.
Sounds good.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe, the alert bell. Every time you do, an angel gets its wings. And wherever you're listening to us in podcast form, please hit like, 5-star review, subscribe, download. Helps a little podcast that could. We're the Uncle Puckers. We'll see you when we see you. Peace,
More
guys.
defecation going on.
Bye-bye.
I know. This guy's obsessed with shit.
Suck a dick, Valley.
It's over, Johnny. It's over!
got caught fucking a dog.
Diaper.